And now on the Joe Bev Show, Part 2 of The Tragedy of Hamlet, Prince of Denmark.
The air bites shrewdly. It is very cold.
It is a nipping and eager air.
What hour now?
I think it lacks of 12.
No, it is struck.
Indeed. I heard it not. It then draws near the season wherein the spirit held his wont to walk. What doth this mean, my lord?
Well, the king doth wake tonight, and take his rouse, keeps wassail and the swaggering up spring reels, and as he drains his draughts of Rhenish down, the kettle drum and trumpet thus bray out the triumph of his pledge.
Is it a custom?
Ay, marry, it is. But to my mind, though I am a native here and to the manner born, it is a custom more honored in the breach than the observance. This heavy-headed revel, east and west, makes us traduced and taxed of other nations. Well, they clept us drunkards, and with swinish phrase soiled
Look,
our
my
edition.
lord! It comes!
Angels and ministers of grace, defend us. Be thou a spirit of health, or a goblin damned. Bring with thee airs from heaven, or blasts from hell. Be thy intense wicked or charitable, thou comest in such a questionable shape that I will speak to thee. I call thee Hamlet, king, father, royal Dane, oh answer me, let me not burst in ignorance, but tell me why thy canonized bones, hearsed in death, have burst their cerements, why the sepulchre within we saw thee quietly interred hath oped its ponderous and marble jaws to cast thee up again. What may mean this, that thou dead corpse again in complete steel revisits thus the glimpses of the moon, making night hideous, and we, fools of nature, so hardly to shake our disposition with thoughts beyond the reaches of our soul? Say, why is this? Wherefore? What should we do?
It beckons you to go away with it, as if it some impartment it desire to you alone.
Look, with what courteous action it waves you to a more removed ground. But do not go with it.
No, by no means.
It will not speak, then I will follow it.
Do not, my lord.
Why? What should be the fear? I do not set my life at a pin's fee, or for my soul. What can it do to that, being a thing immortal as itself? It waves me forth. I will follow it.
What if it tempt you toward the flood, my lord, or to the dreadful summit of the cliff that beetles over his base into the sea, and there assume some other horrible form which might deprive your sovereignty of reason and draw you into madness? Think of it. The very place puts toys of desperation without more motive into every brain that looks so many fathoms to the sea and hears it roar
waves me
beneath.
still. Go on. I'll follow
go,
thee.
my lord.
Put off your hands.
Be ruled, you shall not go.
My fate cries out. I'll make each petty artery of this body as hardy as Namian's lion's nerves. Still I am called. Unhand me, gentlemen.
No, my lord.
By the heaven, I'll make a ghost of him who lets me. I say, away! Go on, I'll follow thee.
He waxes desperate with imagination.
Let's follow. 'Tis not fit thus to obey him.
Have after. To what issue will it come?
Something is rotten in the state of Denmark.
Heaven will direct it.
Nay, let's follow him.
Whither wilt thou lead me? Speak. I'll go no further.
Mark me.
I will.
My hour is almost come, when I to sulphurous and tormenting flames must render up myself.
Alas, poor ghost.
Pity me not, but lend thy serious hearing to what I shall unfold.
I am bound to hear.
So art thou to revenge when thou shalt hear.
What? What?
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night, and for the day confined to fast in fires, till the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. But then I am forbid to tell the secrets of my prison house, I could a tale unfold whose lightest word would harrow up thy soul, freeze thy young blood, make thy two eyes, like stars, start from their spheres, thy knotted and combined locks to part, and each particular hair to stand and end like quills upon the fretful porpentine. But this eternal blazon must not be to ears of flesh and blood. List, list, oh, list, if thou didst ever thy dear father love. Revenge is foul and most unnatural murder. Murder most foul as in the best it is, but this most foul, strange, and unnatural.
Bless me to know it, that I with wings as swift as meditation, all the thoughts of love may sweep to my revenge.
I find thee apt, and duller shouldst thou be than the fat weed that roots itself in ease on Lethe warp. Wouldst thou not stir in this? Now, Hamlet, hear. 'Tis given out that, sleeping in my orchard, a serpent stung me. So the whole ear of Denmark is by a forged process of my death rankly abused. But know, thou noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
My prophetic soul, my uncle.
Aye, that incestuous, that adulterate beast, with witchcraft of his wit, with traitorous gifts. Oh, wicked wit and gifts that have the power so to seduce. Won to his shameful lust the will of my most seeming virtuous queen. Oh, Hamlet, what a falling off was there from me, whose love was of that dignity that it went hand in hand even with the vow I made to her in marriage, and to decline upon a wretch whose natural gifts were poor to those of mine. But virtue, as it never will be moved, though lewdness court it in a shape of heaven, so lust, though to a radiant angel linked, will sate itself in a celestial bed and prey on garbage. But soft, methinks I scent the morning air. Brief let me be. Sleeping within my orchard, my custom always of the afternoon, upon my secure hour thy uncle stole, with juice of cursed Hebena in a vial, and in the porches of my ears did pour the leprous distilment, whose effect holds such an enmity with blood of man that swift as quicksilver it courses through the natural gates and alleys of the body, and with a sudden vigor it doth posset and curd, like eager droppings into milk, the thin and wholesome blood. So did it mine, and a most instant tedder barked about, most laser-like, with vile and loathsome crust all my smooth body. Thus was I, sleeping by a brother's hand of life, of crown, of queen, at once dispatched, cut off even in the blossoms of my sin, unhazeled, disappointed, unanelled, no reckoning made, but sent to my account with all my imperfections on my head.
Horrible, most horrible.
If thou hast nature in thee, bear it not. Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for luxury and damned incest. But howsoever thou pursuest this act, taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Leave her to heaven, and to those thorns that in her bosom lodge to prick and sting her. Fare thee well at once. The glowworm shows the matin to be near, and gins to pale his ineffectual fire. Adieu. 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 Remember me.
Oh, all you hosts of heaven, O earth, what else? And shall I couple hell? Oh, fie! Hold my heart, and you, my sinews, grow not instant old, but bear me stiffly up. Remember thee. Aye, thou poor ghost, whilst memory holds a seat in this distracted globe, remember thee. Yea, from the tables of my memory I'll wipe away all trivial fond records, all saws of books, all forms, all precious past that youth and observance coupled there, and thy commandment alone shall live within the book and volume of my brain, unmixed with baser matter. Yes, by heaven. O most pernicious woman, O villain, villain, smiling, damned villain! My tables, Meet it is, I'll set it down, that one may smile, and be a villain. At least I am sure it may be so in Denmark. So, uncle, there you are. Now to my word. It is adieu, adieu. Remember me. I have sworn.
My lord! Lord Hamlet! Oh, heaven, secure him.
So be it.
Yo-ho-ho, my lord!
Hilly-ho-ho, boy! Come, bird, come!
How is it, my noble lord? What news, my lord?
Oh, wonderful.
Good, my lord.
No, you will reveal it.
Not I, my lord, by heaven.
Nor I, my lord.
How sayest you then? Would heart of man once think it, but you be secret?
My lord.
By heaven, my lord.
Then there's never a villain dwelling in all of Denmark, but he's an arrant knave.
There needs no ghost, my lord, come from the grave to tell us this.
Why, right. You are in the right. And so, without more circumstance at all, I hold it fit that we shake hands and part. You, as your business and desire shall point you, for every man has business and desire, such as it is, and for my own poor part, I will go pray.
These are but wild and whirling words, my lord.
I'm sorry that they offend you heartily. Yes, faith, heartily.
There is no offense, my lord.
Yes, by St. Patrick, but there is, Horatio, and much offense too. Touching this vision here, oh, it is an honest ghost that let me tell you, for your desire to know what is between us overmastered as you may. And now, good friends, as you are my friends, scholars and soldiers, give me one poor request.
What is it, my lord? We will.
Never make known what you have seen tonight.
No, my
We
lord.
will not.
Nay, but swear it.
In faith, my lord, not I.
Nor I, my lord, in faith.
Upon my sword.
I have sworn, my lord, already.
A deed upon my sword, indeed.
Swear.
Boy, sayest thou so? Art thou there, true penny? Come on. You hear this fellow in the cellarage? Consent to swear.
Propose the oath, my lord.
Never to speak of this that you have seen. Swear by my sword.
Swear.
Hic ubique, then we'll shift our ground again. Come hither, gentlemen, and lay your hands again upon my sword. Swear upon my sword, never to speak of this that you have heard.
Swear by his sword.
What sayest thou, old mole? Canst thou work in the earth so fast? A worthy pioneer. Once more remove, good friends.
Oh, day and night. But this is wondrous strange.
Therefore, as stranger, give it welcome. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. But come, here as before, never so help you mercy, how strange or odd some'er I bear myself, as perchance hereafter shall think meet to put an antic disposition on. That you, as such times seeing me, never shall with arms encumbered thus, or this head shake, or by pronouncing some doubtful phrase, as well, we know, or we could if we would, or if we list to speak, or there be if they might, or such ambiguous giving out to note that you know aught of me. This do swear, so grace and mercy at your most need help you.
Swear.
Rest, perturbed spirit. So, gentlemen, with all my love I do commend me to you, and what so poor a man as Hamlet is may do to express his love and friending to you, God willing shall not lack. Let us go in together, and still your fingers on your lips, I pray. The time is out of joint. Oh, cursed spite that ever I was born to set it right. Nay, come, let's go together.
Give him this money and these notes, Reynaldo.
I will, my lord.
You shall do marvelous wisely, good Reynaldo, before you visit him, to make inquire of his behavior.
My lord, I did intend it.
Very well said, very well said. Look you, sir, inquire me first what Danskers are in Paris, and how and who, what means and where they keep, what company, at what expense, and finding by this encompassment and drift of question, that they do know my son. Come you more nearer than your particular demands will touch it. Take you, as 'twere, some distant knowledge of him, as thus: I know his father and his friends, and impart him. Do you mock this, Reynaldo?
Aye, very well, my lord.
And depart him. But you may say, not well, if it be he, I mean, he's very wild, addicted so-and-so, and there, put on him what forgeries you please. Marry, none so rank as may dishonor him. Take heed of that. But, sir, such wanton, wild, and usual slips as our companions noted, and most noted to youth and liberty.
As gaming, my lord.
Aye, are drinking, fencing, swearing, quarreling, drabbing. You may go so far.
My lord, that would dishonor him.
Faith, no. As you may season it in the charge, you must not put another scandal of him, that he is open to incontinency. That's not my meaning. But breathe his faults so quaintly that they may seem the taints of liberty, the flash and outbreak of a fiery mind.
But, my good lord.
Wherefore should you do this?
Aye, my lord, I would know that.
Marry, sir, here's my drift, and I believe it is a fetch of warrant. You laying these slight sullies on my son, as 'twere a thing a little soiled with the working, mark you your party and him converse, him you would sound, having ever seen in the prenominate crimes the youth you breed of guilty. Be assured he closes with you in this consequence. Good sir, I know, or friend, or gentleman, according to the phrase of the edition of Man and Country.
Very good, my lord.
And then, sir, does it this, it does. What was I about to say? By the mass, I was about to say something. Where did I leave?
That closes in the consequence.
It closes in the consequence. I'm merry. It closes us. I know the gentleman. I saw him yesterday or the other day, and then, with such and such as you say. There he was a-gaming. There took it in his rouse. There falling out at tennis. Or perchance I saw him enter such a house of sale that elicit a brothel, or so forth. See now, your bait of falsehood takes this carp of truth. And thus do we of wisdom and of reach, with windlasses and with essays of bias, by indirections find directions out. So by my former lecture and advice shall you, my son. You have me, have you not?
My lord, I have.
God by ye, fare you well.
Good, my lord.
Observe his inclination in yourself,
I shall, my lord.
and let him ply his music.
Well, my lord.
Farewell. How now, Ophelia? What's the matter?
Oh, my lord, I have been so frightened.
With what, in the name of God?
My lord, as I was sewing in my closet, Lord Hamlet with his doublet all unbraced, no hat upon his head, his stockings fouled, ungartered and down-jived to his ankle, pale his shirt, his knees knocking each other, and with so piteous in a look in purport, as if he had been loosed out of hell. To speak of horrors, he comes before me.
Mad for thy love.
My lord, I do not know, but truly I do fear it.
What said he?
He took me by the wrist and held me hard, then goes to all lengths of his arms, and with his other hand thus o'er his brow, he falls to such pursual of my face as to draw it. Long stayed he so. At last, a little shaking of my arm, and thrice his head thus waving up and down, he rises to a high so piteous and profound, as it did seem to shatter all his bulk, and end his being. That done, he lets me go, and with his head over his shoulder turned, he seemed to find his way without his eyes, for out the door he goes, when without their help, and then at last vended their light on him.
Come, go with me. I will go to seek the king. This is the very ecstasy of love, whose violent property fordoes itself, and leads the will to desperate undertakings, as oft as any passion under heaven that does afflict our natures. I am sorry. What? Have you given him any hard words of late?
No, my good lord. But as you did command, I did repel his letters and deny his access to me.
That has made him mad. I am sorry that with better heed and judgment I had not quoted him. I feared he did but trifle and meant to wreck thee, but beshrew my jealousy. By heaven, it is as proper to our age to cast upon beyond ourselves in our opinions as it is common for the younger sort to lack discretion. Come, go we to the king. This must be known, which being kept close might move more grief to hide than hate to utter love.
Welcome, dear Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Moreover that, we much did long to see you. The need we have to use you did provoke our hasty sending. Something have you heard of Hamlet's transformation, so call it? Sith nor the exterior nor the inward man resembles that it was, what it should be, more than his father's death, that thus hath put him so much from the understanding of himself, I cannot dream of. I entreat you both, that being of so young days brought up with him, and sith so neighbor to his youth and havior, that you vouchsafe your rest here in our court some little time, so by your companies to draw him on to pleasures, and to gather so much as from occasion you may glean, whether aught to us unknown afflicts him thus, that open lies within our remedy.
Good gentleman, he hath much talked of you, and sure I am, 2 men there is not living to whom he more adheres. If it will please you to show us so much gentry and goodwill as to expend your time with us a while, for the supply and profit of our hope, your visitation shall receive such thanks as fits a king's remembrance.
Both your majesties might, by the sovereign power you have of us, put your dread pleasures more into command than to entreaty.
But we both obey, and here give up ourselves in the full bent, to lay our service freely at your feet, to be commanded.
Thanks, Rosencrantz and gentle Guildenstern.
Thanks, Guildenstern and gentle Rosencrantz, and I beseech you instantly to visit my too much changed son. Go, some of you, and bring these gentlemen where Hamlet is.
Heavens make our presence and our practices pleasant and helpful to him.
Aye, amen.
The ambassadors from Norway, my good lord, are joyfully returned.
Thou still hast been the father of good news.
Have I, my lord? I assure you, my good liege, I hold my duty as I hold my soul, both to my God and to my gracious king. And I do think, or else this brain of mine hunts not the trail of policy so sure as it hath used to, that I have found the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy.
Oh, speak of that. That do I long to hear.
Give first the admittance to the ambassadors. My news shall be the fruit to that great feast.
Thyself do grace them, and bring them in. He tells me, my dear Gertrude, he hath found the head and source of all your son's distemper.
I doubt it is no other but the main, his father's death, and our hasty marriage.
Well, we shall sift him.
This business is well ended. My liege and madam, to expostulate what majesty should be, what duty is, why day is day, night, and time is time, we're nothing but to waste time, night, day. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit, and tediousness the limbs and outward flourishes, I will be brief. Your noble son is mad. Mad, call I it, for to define true madness, what is it but to be nothing else but mad? But let that go.
More matter with less art.
Madam, I swear, I use no art at all. That he's mad, 'tis true. 'Tis true, 'tis pity, and pity, 'tis true. A foolish figure. But farewell it, for I will use no art. Mad, let us grant him then, and now remains that we find out the cause of this effect, or rather say the cause of this defect, for this effect defective comes by cause. Thus it remains, and the remainder thus. Perpend. I have a daughter, while she is mine, who in her duty and obedience mark has given me this. Now gather and surmise. To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautified Ophelia, Oh, that's an ill phrase, a vile phrase. Beautified is a vile phrase. But you shall hear thus. In her excellent white bosom the...
Came this from Hamlet to her?
Good madam, stay a while. I will be faithful. Doubt that the stars are fire, doubt that the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love. Oh, dear Ophelia, I am ill at these numbers. I have not to reckon my groans, but that I love thee best, oh, most best. Believe it. Adieu. I never more, most dear lady, with this machine is to him Hamlet. Yes, in obedience hath my daughter shown me, and more above hath his solicitings, as they fell out by time, by means and place, all given to mine ear.
But how hath she received his love?
What do you think of me?
As of a man faithful and honorable.
I would fain prove so, but that might you think, when I had seen his hot love on the wing, as I pursued it. I must tell you that before my daughter told me. What might you, O my dear Majesty, your queen, here think, if I had played the desk or table booth, or given my heart a winking mute and dumb, or looked upon this love with idle sight? What might you think? No, I went round to my work, and my young mistress thus did I bespeak. Ah, Lord Hamlet is a prince out of thy star. This must not be. And then I precepts gave her that she should lock herself from his resort, admit no messengers, receive no tokens. Which done, she took the fruits of my advice, and he repelled, a short tale to make, and fell into a sadness, then into a fast, then to a watch, thence to weakness, thence to lightness, and by this declension into the madness, wherein now he raves, and we all mourn for.
Do you think 'tis this?
It may be very like.
Hath there been such a time, I would fain know that I have positively said 'tis so, when it proved otherwise?
Not that I know.
Take this from this. If this be otherwise, if circumstances lead me, I will find where truth is hid, though it were hid indeed within the center.
How may we try it further?
You know, sometimes he walks 4 hours together here in the lobby.
So he does indeed.
At such a time, I'll loose my daughter to him. Be you and I behind an arras, then mark the encounter. If he loves her not, and be not from his reason fallen thereon, let me be no assistant for a state, but keep a farm and carters.
We will try it.
Oh, but look where sadly the poor wretch comes reading.
Away, away, I do beseech you both, away. I'll board him presently. Oh, give me leave. How does my good Lord Hamlet?
Oh, well, God of mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Oh, excellent. Well, you are a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
Then I would you were so honest a man.
Honest, my lord?
Aye, sir. To be honest as this world goes is to be one man picked out of 10,000.
That's very true, my lord.
For if the sun breed maggots in a dead dog, being a god-kissing carrion, have you a daughter?
I have, my lord.
Oh, let her not walk in the sun. Conception is a blessing. But as your daughter may conceive, friend, look to it.
How say you by that? Still harping on my daughter. Yet he knew me not at first. He said I was a fishmonger. Oh, 'tis far gone, far gone. And truly, in my youth, I suffered much extremity for love. Very near this. I'll speak to him again. What do you read, my lord?
Words, words, words.
What is the matter, my lord?
Between who?
I mean the matter that you read, my lord.
Slanders, sir. For this satirical rogue says here that old men have gray beards, that their faces are wrinkled, their eyes purging thick amber and plum tree gum, and that they have plentiful lack of wit, together with most weak hams, all of which, sir, though I most powerfully and potently believe, yet I hold it not honesty to have it thus set down. For yourself, sir, shall grow old as I am, if like a crab you could go backward.
Oh, this be madness, yet there's method in it. Will you walk out of the air, my lord?
Into my grave?
Indeed, that's out of the air. How pregnant sometimes his replies are. A happiness often madness hits on, which reason and sanity could not so preposterously be delivered of. I will leave him, and suddenly contrive the means of meeting between him and my daughter. My honourable lord, I will most humbly take my leave of you.
You cannot take from me anything that I will more willingly part withal, except my life. Except my life. Except my life.
Fare you well, my lord.
These tedious old fools.
You go to seek the Lord Hamlet. There he is.
God save you, sir.
My honored lord.
My most dear lord.
My excellent good friends. How doth thou, Guildenstern? Ah, Rosencrantz, good lads, how do you both?
As the indifferent children of the earth.
Happy in that we are not over happy. On fortune's cap we are not the very button.
Nor the soles of her shoes.
Neither, my lord.
Then you live about her waist, or in the middle of her favors.
Faith are privates we.
In the secret parts of fortune? Oh, most true, she is a strumpet. What news?
None, my lord, but that the world has grown honest.
Then doomsday is near. But your news is not true. Let me question you more in particular. What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of fortune, that she sends you to prison hither?
Prison, my lord?
Denmark's a prison.
Then is the world one.
A goodly one, in which there are many confines, wards, and dungeons, Denmark being one of the worst.
We think not so, my lord.
Why then 'tis none to you. For there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me it is a prison.
Why, then your ambition makes it one. 'Tis too narrow for your mind.
Oh, God, I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself a king of infinite space, were it not that I have bad dreams.
Which dreams indeed are ambition. For every substance of ambition is merely a shadow of a dream.
A dream itself is but a shadow.
Truly, and I hold ambition of so airy and light a quality that it is but a shadow.
Then are our beggars' bodies, and our monarchs and outstretched heroes the beggars' shadows. Shall we to the court? For by my fay I cannot reason.
We'll wait upon you.
No such matter. I will not sort you with the rest of my servants, for to speak to you like an honest man, I am most dreadfully attended. But in the beaten way of friendship, what makes you at Elsinore?
To visit you, my lord, no other occasion.
Beggar that I am. I am even poor in thanks, but I thank you. And sure, dear friends, my thanks are too dear a halfpenny. Were you not sent for? Is it your own inclination? Is it a free visitation? Come, deal justly with me. Come, nay, speak.
What should we say, my lord?
Why, anything but to the purpose. You were sent for, and there is a kind of confession in your looks, which your modesty hath not craft enough to colour. I know the good king and queen hath sent for you.
To what end, my lord?
That you must teach me. But let me conjure you by the rights of our fellowship, by the consonancy of our youth, by the obligation of our ever-preserved love, and by what more dear a better proposer can charge you withal, but even and direct with me whether you are sent for or no.
What say you?
Nay, then I'll have my eye of you. If you love me, hold not off.
My lord, we were sent for.
I will tell you why. So shall my anticipation prevent your discovery, and your secrecy to the king and queen mote no feather. I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth, forgone all custom of exercise, and indeed it goes so heavy with my disposition, that this goodly frame, the earth seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy, the air, look you, this brave o'erhanging firmament, this majestical roof fretting with golden fire, why, it appeareth nothing to me but a foul and pestilent congregation of vapours. What a piece of work is a man!
How noble in reason, how infinite in faculties and form and moving, how express and admirable in action, how like an angel in apprehension, how like a god, the beauty of the world, the paragon of animals, and yet to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me, nor woman neither, though by your smiling you seem to say so.
My lord, there was no such stuff in my thoughts.
Why did ye laugh then, when I said man delights not me?
To think, my lord, if you delight not in man, what Lenten entertainment the players shall receive from you? We coted them on the way, and hither are they coming to offer you service.
He that plays the king shall be welcome. His majesty shall have tribute on me. The adventurous knight shall use his foil and target. The lover shall not sigh gratis. The humorous man shall end his part in peace. The clown shall make those laugh whose lungs are tickled or the seer. And the lady shall say her mind freely, or the blank verse shall halt for it. What players are they?
Even those who were wont to take delight in, the tragedians of the city.
How chances it they travel? Their residence, both in reputation and profit, were better both ways.
I think their inhibition comes by the means of the late innovation.
Do they hold the same estimation that they did when I was in the city? Are they so followed?
No, indeed they are not.
How comes it? Do they grow rusty?
Nay, their endeavour keeps in the wonted pace, but there is, sir, an area of children, little eyases that cry out on the top of question, and are most tyrannically clapped for. These are now the fashion, and so be rattle the common stages, so they call them, that many wearing rapiers are afraid of goose quills, and dare scarce come thither.
What are they, children? Who maintains them? How are they escoted? Will they pursue the quality no longer than they can sing? Will they say afterwards, if they should grow themselves to common players? That is most like, if their means are not better. Their writers do them wrong to make them exclaim against their own succession.
Faith, there has been much to do on both sides, and the nation holds it no sin to tarry them to controversy. There was for a while no money bid for argument, unless the poet and the player went to cuffs in the question.
Is it possible?
Oh, there's been much throwing about of brains.
Do the boys carry it away?
Aye, that they do, my lord. Hercules and his load, too.
It is not very strange, for my uncle is king of Denmark. And those that would make mouths at him while my father lived give 20, 40, 50, 100 ducats apiece for his picture in little. His blood. There is something in this more than natural. His philosophy could find it out.
There are the players.
Gentlemen, you are welcome to Elsinore. Your hands. Come then. The appurtenance of welcome is fashion and ceremony. Let me comply with you in this garb, lest my extent to the players, which I tell you must show fairly outwards, should more appear like entertainment than yours. You are welcome. But my uncle father and my aunt mother are deceived.
In what, my dear lord?
I am but mad north-northwest. When the wind is southerly, I know the hawk from the handsaw.
Well be with you, gentlemen.
Hark you, Guildenstern, and you too. At each year a year. That great baby you see there is not yet out of his swaddling clothes.
Happily he's the second time come to them, for they say an old man is twice a child.
I will prophesy he comes to tell me of the players. Mark it. You say right, sir. On Monday morning 'twas then indeed.
My lord, I have news to tell you.
My lord, I have news to tell you. When Roscius was an actor in Rome...
The actors are come hither, my lord.
Buzz, buzz.
Upon my honor.
Then each actor came on his ass.
The best actors in the world, either for tragedy, comedy, history, pastoral, pastoral comical, historical pastoral, tragical historical, tragical comical, historical pastoral, scene individable, or poem unlimited. Seneca could not be too heavy, nor Plautus too light, for the law of writ and the liberty. These are your only men.
Oh, Jephthah, judge of Israel, what a treasure hast thou!
What a treasure hath he, my lord?
Why, one fair daughter and no more, the which he loved passing well.
Still on my daughter.
Am I not in the right, old Jephthah?
If you call me Jephthah, my lord, I have a daughter that I love passing well.
Nay, that follows not.
What follows then, my lord?
Why, as by lot, God wot. And then, you know, it came to pass as most like it was. The first row of the pious chason will show you more, for look where my abridgment comes. You are welcome, masters, welcome all. I am glad to see thee well. Welcome, good friends, old friends. Oh, why, thy face is valiant since I saw thee last. Comest thou to beard me in Denmark? What? My young lady and mistress? Oh, by your ladyship is nearer to heaven than when I saw thee last by the altitude of your chopine. Pray God your voice, like the piece of uncurrent gold, be not cracked within the ring. Masters, you are all welcome. We'll even to the like of French faulconers fly at anything we see. We'll have a speech straight. Come, give us a taste of your quality. Come, a passionate speech.
Aye, my lord.
I heard thee speak a speech once, but it was never acted, or if it was, not above once, for the play I remember pleased not the million. 'Twas caviar to the general, but it was an excellent play. One speech in it I chiefly loved. 'Twas Aeneas' tale to Dido, and thereabout, of especially where he speaks of Priam's slaughter. If it lives in your memory, begin at this line. Let me see. The rugged Pyrrhus, like the Hyrcanian beast. 'Tis not so. It begins with Pyrrhus. The rugged Pyrrhus, whose sabled arms, black as his purpose, did the knight resemble when he lay couched in the ominous horse. So you proceed.
For God, my lord, well spoken, with good accent and good discretion.
Anon he finds him striking too short at Greeks. His antique sword, rebellious to his arm, lies where it falls, repugnant to command. Unequal matched, Pyrrhus at Priam drives, in rage strikes wide, but with the whiff and wind of his fell sword the unnerved father falls. Then senseless Ilium, seeming to feel this blow, with flaming top stoops to his base, and with a hideous crash takes prisoner Pyrrhus' ear. For lo, his sword, which was declining on the milky head of Reverend Priam, seemed in the air to stick. So as a painted tyrant Pyrrhus stood, and like a neutral to his will and matter did nothing. But, as we often see against some storm, a silence in the heavens, the rock stands still, the bold winds speechless, and the awe below as hush as death, and on the dreadful thunder doth rend the region. So after Pyrrhus' pause, a roused vengeance sets him new a-work, and never did the Cyclops' hammers fall on Mars' armor forged for proof etern, with less remorse than Pyrrhus' bleeding sword now falls on Priam. Out, out, thou strobed fortune! All you gods and general synod, take away her power! Break all those boats and ferries from her wheels, and bow the round nave down the hill of heaven, as low as to the fiends!
This is too long.
It shall to the barber with your beard. Prithee, say on. He's for a jig or a tale of bawdry, or he sleeps. Say on. Come to Hecuba.
But woe, oh, woe, had seen the mobile queen.
Mobile queen?
That's good. Mobile queen is good.
Run barefoot up and down, threatening the flames with bison rheum, a clout upon that head where late the diadem stood, and for a robe about her lank and all o'er timid loins, a blanket in the alarm of fear caught up, who this had seen, with tongue in venom steeped against fortune's state, would treason have pronounced. But if the gods themselves did see her then, when she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport in mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, the instant burst of clamor that she made, unless things mortal move them not at all,
would have made milk the burning eyes of heaven and passion in the gods.
Look where he has not turned his colour and has tears in his eyes. Prithee, no more.
'Tis well. I'll have thee speak out the rest of this soon. Good my lord, will you see these players well bestowed? Do you hear? Let them be well used, for they are the abstract and brief chronicles of the time. After your death, you were better have a bad epitaph than their ill report while you live.
My lord, I will use them according to their desert.
God's bodkins, man, much better. Use every man after his desert, and who shall scape whipping? Use them after your own honor and dignity. The less they deserve, the more merit is in your bounty. Take them in.
Come, sirs.
Follow him, friends. We hear a play tomorrow. Dost thou hear me, old friend? Can you play The Murder of Gonzago?
Aye, my lord.
We'll have it tomorrow night. You could, for need, study a speech of some 12 or 16 lines, which I will set down for you and insert it. Could you not?
Aye, my lord.
Very well. Follow that lord, and look you mock him not. Good friends, I'll leave you till night. You are welcome to Elsinore.
Good, my lord. So God bye to you.
Now I am alone. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I. Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul to his own conceits, that from her working all his visage waned, tears in his eyes, distraction in his aspect, a broken voice, and his whole function suiting with forms to his conceit? And all for nothing? For Hecuba? What's Hecuba to him, or he to Hecuba, that he should weep for her? What would he do had he the motive and cue for passion that I have? He would drown the stage with tears, and cleave the general ear with horrid speech, make mad the guilty, and appall the free, confound the ignorant, and amaze indeed the very faculties of eyes and ears. Yet I, a dull and muddy meddled rascal, peak, like John of Dreams, unpregnant of my cause, and can say nothing. No, not for a king upon whose property and most dear life a damned defeat was made. Am I a coward? Who calls me villain, breaks my pate across, plucks off my beard and blows it in my face, tweaks me by the nose, gives me lie in the throat as deep as to the lungs? Who does me this? Ha! Zounds, I should take it, for it cannot be. But I am pigeon-livered, and lack gall to make oppression bitter. Or ere this I should have fatted all the region kites with their slaves of ball. Bloody, bawdy, villain! Remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, guileless villain! Oh, why, what an ass am I! Oh, this is most brave, that I, the son of a dear father murdered, prompted to my revenge by heaven and hell, must like a whore unpack my heart with words and fall a-cursing like a very drab, a stallion. Oh, fie on it, foe, about my brains! I have heard that guilty creatures sitting at a play have by the very cunning of the scene been struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their malefactions. For murder, though it hath no tongue, will speak with most miraculous organ. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. Observe his looks. I'll tent him to the quick. If he do blench, I know my course. The spirit that I have seen may be a devil, and the devil hath powers to assume a pleasing shape, yea, and perhaps out of my weakness and my melancholy, as he is very potent with such spirits, abuses me to damn me. Well, I'll have grounds more relative than this. The play's the thing, wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.